Right, so first things first, as everybody knows in the Bigfoot community, we lost a huge contributor, Dr. John Bindernagel, over 50 plus years, um, research and promoting and using his credentials, putting his name on the line to get the Sasquatch accepted. But more than that, he was a great person. We came in Ontario a few times, and one time we went out researching together, and my kids refer to him as Dr. John or Grandpa John. So he'll be missed, and I got some clips of him, but it's still too fresh, so maybe down the road I'll post that. So speaking of Dr. John being brave enough to put his name on the line, I decided to report some of the incidents to the OPP. I didn't call 911 because it's not an emergency, but I just wanted to go on record and call them up and get their take on it. And they didn't really dive into what could do it. They just, as you're going to hear in the recording. And speaking of that, I edited out the constable's name and all my personal information. First to get a dispatch, and then the police constable OPP called me back, and then we had a chat. Something or someone turned off my propane tanks. There's snow and no prints, so go figure that one out. So maybe it was just a stranger walking by, or a neighbor, or just some kids. I don't know, but there should have been prints. And I got some pictures just to accompany the audio from the conversation with the OPP. So here that is. Enjoy. Someone came onto our property and turned our propane tanks off on Friday night, and I was just wondering if anybody else was experiencing, and not that you could tell me, but any kind of vandalism like that in the neighborhood.
You're the first one that's had the propane turned off. There's been some propane tanks stolen, but barbecue tanks or whatever. You're talking the big tanks to heat the house?
Yeah. Someone dialed the tops right down, so I had no heat. So no,
So you've been out and the tank's got whatever percentage in it still?
Yeah, they had 40%, but we thought it was a furnace issue, and then today I just thanks to the propane guy coming around refilling them, made a note on the little bill that the tanks were off. So I went out and turned the taps on, and wow, we got heat again. But we've had some problems with our furnace, so we were contributing the cause to furnace, right? And we did go out and check the tank level, and we didn't see any footprints or anything. But the thing is, we had that warm spell too, right?
Yep.
But I'm just trying to remember if there was still snow on the ground on Friday. But with that said, we've had other little weird vandalism, if you want to call it that, going on, like pounds on the side of the house and in the night and stuff like that. Nobody else has had that either?
Sorry, what was that?
Someone or something hitting the side of our house at night, like in the back, away from the road. So
yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but that's just me.
Yeah, like normally some of them just sounded like, a person punching and running, whatever. There's no kids in this neighborhood though, like teenagers. There's little ones. And then one time, like right before Christmas, when we were wrapping presents, it sounded like a branch fell and hit the side of our house, like a good sized branch, and it was around 6 or something. And I went out and I looked, and nothing there, no, not even prints. And this is at the back part of our house that faces the field. So I just wanted to know if anybody else was experiencing these kind of things. Not that they're all related, but that one really scared us. We almost called 911 on that one. It shook the picture frames, and my wife came down from upstairs when she was wrapping and basically said, "What the heck was that?" And I'm like, I don't know. Right?
Well, that doesn't sound like that. Oh, that doesn't sound like that would be man-made then, to be that big.
Yeah, it was scary big, and I'm like, well, so I turned on all the deck lights and just went out on the deck to see if, what was going on.
Trees right by the house?
We do, but there weren't any branches down.
No, but maybe with the wind they just like.
Well, all the branches are. This is on the side of the house. All the branches are trimmed to some. There's some above the roof, but our roof's metal. So I mean, if something falls on it, you hear that metal sound, right? But no, I just wanted to call and ask if anybody else had the weird vandalism. I mean, no problems with the neighbors that I know of. You know, we keep to ourselves. Everybody keeps to themselves, pretty much.
Yeah.
So nothing. Anyway, well, I wanted to call it in just in case pranksters or whatever, and someone else calls it in that they had theirs turned off, and so you guys know at least.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
a couple extra patrols or something. I don't know, but.
Okay. No, absolutely. I'll let the guys know so they can do some extra patrols, or maybe even put out a little something that it's not so much fun when you're sitting there freezing at night.
Okay, so those are just pictures of the side of the house where they hit. The propane tanks were shut off, and actually I've had knocking on the tanks at night, hard big knuckles knocking on it or whatever, as well as taps on the windows in the house. And the compost lid was being removed and placed exactly in the same position, and then we heard a bit of a scream, me and my boy, one time, and we weren't really prepared to record it, and we went out to investigate it. So anyway, pretty interesting. Thanks for watching.